welcome back to my channel. So as a reader, sci-fi has always been a genre that I have really struggled with. I don't enjoy a lot of sci-fi movies, I don't enjoy a lot of sci-fi books. I don't know why, I've just never found one that I really love. But in this video I'm hoping to change it. So in this video I am just gonna keep reading sci-fi books until I find one that I do actually love. So it might involve, like, I might read the first book that I've picked out and love it and that would be it. Might take me 20 books, I don't know, we will see. I've gotten a few recommendations from people, you know, books, sci-fi books that are good for sci-fi novices, kind of a thing. I've found a few that I do think I might like, so yeah, I am just gonna go with that. I haven't really got a real plan in mind for this. I have no idea how long it will take or anything, because like I said, I don't know how many books will actually end up being involved, but I'm really excited for the project and really hoping that I do actually find a few sci-fi books that I enjoy. But yeah, I'm gonna go until I find one that I really love. So that said, I am going to start with Hummingbird Salamander by Jeff Vandermeer. So this one seen labeled as like a sci-fi thriller. I am predominantly a thriller reader, so I'm thinking this might be a good place for me to start, like with some like genre blends. From what I can tell, this is like a sci-fi ecological kind of a thriller. A few dystopian elements, I believe. So yeah, I'm thinking this is a good place to start and kind of stick with, you know, a genre that I know I like. Like, I like thrillers and I do quite like dystopian type things. Yeah, I don't know too much about what this is about. The security consultant Jane Smith receives an envelope with a key to a storage unit that holds a taxidermied hummingbird and clues that lead her to a taxidermied salamander. Sylvina, the dead woman who left the note, was a reputed eco-terrorist and the daughter of an Argentine industrialist. By taking the hummingbird from the storage unit, Jane sets in motion a series of events that quickly spiral beyond her control. Soon, Jane and her family are in danger, with few allies to help her make sense of the true scope of the peril. Is the only way to safety to follow in Sylvina's footsteps? Is she too late to stop? As Jane desperately seeks answers about why Sylvina contacted her, time is running out for her and possibly for the world. So yeah, and it says Hummingbird Salamander is Jeff Vandermeer at his dazzling cinematic best, wrapping profound questions around climate change, identity, and the world we inhabit into a tightly plotted tale full of unexpected twists. So I think this one does have a bit of a potential. So yeah, I'm gonna get started and kind of see. I don't know if I'll do like, I haven't really planned much about this video, so I don't know if I'm gonna just like update at the end of each book, or if I might do like kind of in the middle of the book sometimes. I think it really depends on what, if anything, happens that I feel like I need to update on. So yeah, I am just gonna go ahead and get started.
about halfway through Hummingbird Salamander, and unfortunately is going to be a DNF for me. I honestly just do not care. I don't care about the characters. I don't really care about the plot. Like, I was intrigued for a little bit, and then it just kind of lost me along the way a little bit, and this one just is not for me, unfortunately. I really did give it my best effort. And yeah, I was gonna try not to DNF any books for this video, but honestly, I'm not gonna force myself to read something that I'm not enjoying. I am wanting to like expand like the genres that I go for, and since like sci-fi isn't one that I tend to gravitate towards, I am trying to find like I don't want to write off an entire genre, so I am trying to find some that I do like, to make me a bit more open to it in the future. Yeah, so unfortunately this one really wasn't it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say it is a beautiful cover. Like, I love this cover, and yeah, that's pretty much all I've got on it. I can't go any further with it. I kept trying to push through it, and yeah, I'm just not gonna worry about it. Yeah, so that was book number 1, and clearly not a favorite, so I'm gonna keep going. The next book I'm going to read is a classic of sorts. So I've found this copy of War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells at the library. I really love this cover. I love how bright and like vibrant this pink is, and just yeah. I'm fairly optimistic about this book. Like, I know I watched one of the movies, not like the one with Tom Cruise. I watched the earlier one of it, and I do remember quite liking it. I do quite like alien invasion like movies. I think those, like, I remember I used to really like Signs, and was it called Super 8 or something? It was like something along those lines. I really liked that one. Yeah, so thinking this one might be something I will enjoy, and yeah, I was just kind of cruising the library, just trying to see what I could find, and this came up, and I figured I couldn't not include it in this video, kind of thing. So yeah, so I'm gonna give this one a whirl, and I will see whether or not I do in fact end up liking it or not. Yeah, so this is where I'm going. So this one is, I don't remember a ton about the movie. I know that aliens land, and I think there's I don't know, like alien invasion is really all I know about it. Yeah, I'm excited to give it a try and see what actually happens. It's been a long time since I watched the movie, so I don't remember too much about it, like the basic premise, but not like the little details or anything, and I probably couldn't even tell you at this point how much it differed or whatever from the book, but yeah, so I'm gonna give that a try, and hopefully I like it. So there we go. Okay, so I have finished The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, and actually, I didn't mind it.
it was obviously a little bit dated in the way that it was written, which is understandable because it is quite old, and just like the way, like obviously some of the words and the tone and the description was a little bit old-fashioned, but ultimately it was actually quite interesting. Like I liked the way it was written, like the way it was like the way it flowed and everything. And yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It was quite an interesting book. The way it was written was, it's all from this one guy's perspective. Like he's just, as he's witnessing this alien invasion and then like the aftermath and just a lot of it, and then occasionally like it would bounce around, so suddenly he would be telling like his brother's perspective. So also he'd be like his brother on his journey. For like a few chapters it would be about him, but still told from our main character, and then it'd be like, oh well, back to me. And so it was a little bit, and at first I thought he was still with his brother, but he wasn't. But read like he was, sort of. It'd be like, well, my brother did this. And realistically he probably shouldn't have known, I guess, at the end, when if they yeah, so that was a little bit odd. But ultimately it was quite good. I liked it. I think I can probably say I do like a lot of like alien invasion type books, maybe. I wouldn't say I loved this, so I am gonna keep going in this vlog, but I am definitely would consider this one quite a, you know, like a contender, maybe. Yeah, so I really enjoyed this. I really want to watch the movie now. I looked at the trailer, and it was completely different to how this goes. But I'm still kind of a little bit intrigued. Yeah. So yeah, I really liked this one a lot, actually. So this might be kind of one of the faves. Alright, perfect. Yeah. Since I really enjoyed reading The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells, I thought I would try another one by the same author, to see kind of how I feel about it. So I went to the library and I found The Invisible Man, and I am gonna check this one out. It's quite short, so it shouldn't take me very long to get through it, and we will see. I'm not hugely optimistic about it because I don't think it quite sounds like my thing, but you never know, and I really am using this video to try and to make myself try different things that I wouldn't necessarily normally gravitate to. So yeah, this one I'm going to give it a try. So it's first published in 1897, The Invisible Man blends horror and the dark side of scientific progress in a story of a scientist who discovers a way to make himself invisible. His inability to reverse the process leads to a radical disconnection from society and eventually from his own sanity. Arriving in a town where no one knows him, disguised in bandages and dark glasses, the Invisible Man is driven to violent and criminal extremes before his secret is revealed. So yeah, I don't know, actually. I might like this one. I'm into thrillers, and this kind of sounds like it might be a good like cross between the two. So yeah, I will give this one a try and see kind of how it goes. So I finished The Invisible Man by H.G. Wells, and this one was just kind of sort of okay, you know. I didn't really like it very much. It was a bit, I don't know, the style was just kind of, I don't know, vague. I just kept wanting more, like, more to happen and more, I just wanted more of everything, really. It was kind of like, you kind of heard about things after the fact and not while they were happening. And it was just very like, I just felt like I wanted so much more than it gave me. This one definitely not a favorite. And that's okay. I'm not gonna like every book in this video. And the reason I wanted to do it is because I really don't read much sci-fi, and I'm really trying to get myself to read some more of the genres that I don't tend to pick up, because I think I will like some of them, and you know, it'd be really cool to find like, you know, favorite book by doing this video, so, and these types of videos. And yeah, I think, because I don't read a lot of fantasy either, so I might do a fantasy kind of one of these as well, where I read some fantasy books to see, try and find some that I might actually really enjoy and kind of get me a bit more into that genre as well. So yeah, Invisible Man is not going to do that for me. So yeah, so. Alright, and now the next book I'm going to read is a middle grade. It's The Last Human by Lee Bacon, and it's a robot who has never questioned the rules, a human who shouldn't exist, and a journey that will change everything. So in the future, not too far from our own, robots have eliminated humans, and 12-year-old robot XR935 is just fine with that. Without humans, there's no war, no pollution, no crime. Every member of society has a purpose, and everything runs smoothly and efficiently. Until the day that XR discovers something impossible, a human girl named Emma. Its whole life, XR has been told humans were evil and that the world was better off without them. But Emma doesn't seem evil. She seems scared and she needs its help. Now XR must embark on a dangerous voyage with Emma and 2 other robots to bring her safely to a mysterious point on a map. But how will they survive in a place where rules are never broken and humans aren't even supposed to exist? So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this one. I read a book by Lee Bacon previously called Imaginary, which was kind of about an imaginary friend that kind of hung around too long, and I really enjoyed that one. So I'm kind of excited to read this. I'm thinking a middle grade will be a nice kind of way to do a experience a sci-fi book. So yeah, I don't think I've ever read anything with robots, and like the movie I, Robot terrified me. Yeah, so I'm hoping that this is slightly more promising than that at the very least. But yeah, I'm excited to give this a whirl, so I'm going to read it and we'll probably get back to you after. Okay, so I have finished The Last Human by Lee Bacon, and I really enjoyed this one. It is middle grade, so it was a little bit easier to read than the other books I've read in this video so far. Also kind of read a little bit like a game I really like Fallout 3. It kind of felt a little bit kind of like that, in the way that the plot unfolded and certain things were revealed, and kind of like the quest even kind of felt a little bit like a video game mission maybe. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was really quite interesting. Some of the way it's written, like, it's a little bit It's basically from like a robot's point of view, and so it's all written like all of the chapters are kind of like very like kind of the structure is very like computerized and robotic and a little bit monotonous like in a way, but it reads like a robot's thoughts, or like a, you know, and at first he's very kind of rule orientated a little bit. He only knows what he's kind of been programmed to follow and to know, and you kind of watch him evolve a little bit as like things progress. And yeah, I really liked the robot personality a little bit. Just the style in which it was written, I really quite enjoyed. I'm not sure if it was, I would say that I love this book, so I still think I'm gonna have a look to read a couple more books, or at least another one maybe, because I really do want to explore the sci-fi genre quite widely in this video, just because I really don't have much experience with it at all, and I would like to find one that I genuinely do like really love, or that will keep me, I don't know, wanting to read more sci-fi, I guess. And this one is kind of there, but I would definitely like to see what else is out there. Yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It was really nice. But yeah, all the way through I kept thinking it kind of was like a little bit reminded me of parts of like video games and things, and I kind of liked that little aspect, like the just the mission or the quest, I guess. Yeah, the little girl Emma is kind of a fun character too. She's been in a bunker like all her life. She was born down there after these robots basically wiped out humanity, and she's come up to the surface to help find. She needs to find something from that's located at a specific space, and she ends up finding a few robots that end up helping her, and these robots kind of learn that the things that they've been told aren't necessarily true. And yeah, so I'm really quite enjoying this book. So yes, yeah. Next, I'm gonna read We're Not From Here by Jeff Rodkey. This is another middle grade one, and I really enjoyed the last middle grade one I read for this video, The Last Human. And so I figured I would look for another middle grade book to pick up and see how about that too. I've been finding kind of the middle grades for sci-fi are kind of easier for me to get into, just because they're not quite as heavy, and because I'm not really like super like well read in sci-fi, like I'm a little bit reluctant to dive straight into kind of the heavier, like, I don't know, the heavier kind of books. So I am trying to stick, or at least, you know, so I thought, you know, some more middle grades might help me find something a bit more light-hearted and kind of easy to read. So yeah, I'm gonna read this one next. So this one is the first time I heard about planet Chum. We'd been on Mars for almost a year, but life on the Mars station was grim, and since Earth was no longer an option, we may have blown it up, it was time to find a new home. That's how we ended up on Chum with the Zuri. They're very smart, they also look like giant mosquitoes, but that's not why it's hard to live here. There's a lot that the Zuri don't like. Singing, just ask my sister Illa. Comedy, One joke got me sent to the principal's office, and any kind of emotion. The biggest problem, though, the jury don't like us, and if humankind is going to survive, it's up to my family to change their minds. How can we pull that off? I have no idea. So I think this one sounds like so much fun. I really like the sound of this one, and I think I'm really going to enjoy it. So I'm going to get started, and I will kind of give an update when I'm finished it. So I finished The We're Not From Here by Jeff Rodkey. I loved this book. It was quite funny, really. Like I laughed a few times. It was kind of a bit like so the humans are living on Mars. Mars is no longer a sustainable option, so they move to Choom, the planet, which is currently inhabited by these giant mosquito-looking bugs, who have been known to take in kind of other species that have been needing home, like refugees. Very opening and welcoming, and Choom is perfect for humans. It has oxygen and everything that humans would need to survive. But when they get to Choom, the jury, the little mosquito bugs, do not like them at all. Like, not a fan of humans. So the humans kind of have to endear themselves to the jury a little bit, otherwise they're not going to be able to stay. So, it was really funny. Some of the ways they try to entertain the jury and make them fall in love with them. It was a little bit like, some of it was like a little bit like, I don't know, like, like You've Been Framed, funniest videos type thing. A little bit too silly sometimes, but it was an enjoyable read, and I really did like this one. So yeah, I like this. I think the books I've done the best with in this video have been Aliens and that kind of style, and like The Last Human, which was kind of like a desolated version of Earth. So yeah, those seem to be kind of more the sci-fi genre that I'm into. Yeah, so I think this book is going to be the last one that I read for this video, because I have found a few that I've really enjoyed, and that was kind of my purpose for it. I think I might do another one at some point to see, like, continue to explore the sci-fi genre, because I would like to open myself up to some more books that I wouldn't necessarily pick. I'm also going to try it for some other genres that aren't kind of my go-tos and see how that works out for me. Yeah, I think I do want to do, if you have any suggestions for sci-fi books that I might like, feel free to leave them in the comments. I am also thinking I might do like a fancy version of this video, so if you've got any suggestions for that of ones that I might really enjoy, that would be super helpful too. Yeah, I am just really trying to expand on what I like to read and explore some of the books I wouldn't necessarily choose. Yeah, so I think I was pretty successful in this video, because I did find a few that I quite enjoyed, a few that I didn't, and that's okay, like, that's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress that I made, and kind of the discovery that I made, I guess. Yeah, I think I mean, middle grade sci-fi really seems to be where I fit, which kind of makes sense. Like I haven't read like a ton of it, so and you know, like I've always had kind of like even like movies, like sci-fi movies are not something that I tend to like pick for myself unless someone else is like watching and choosing the movie with me, kind of thing. It's not something that I would just choose for myself. And books is kind of the same way, I think. Yeah, so definitely hoping, you know, the rest of this year and next year to you know, broaden my reading interests and just continue to explore some different things. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back soon with another one. Thank you for watching. Bye!